you've sparred with Conor, right? You did some sparring with him.
I've sparred with Conor off season, coming from a holiday, out of shape.
Right.
Basically playing and just having fun and being me.
And lit him up.
Not even focused, not even in a camp, out of shape. And I had an opportunity to work with him.
Right.
And people, it's crazy that I read all these posts where people go, Mayweather's going to have his hands full landing on Conor because of Conor's skill and footwork and movement. I mean, I'm no Mayweather.
Right.
And out of camp, out of shape. I landed on Conor McGregor. My trainer Julian was ringside. He was in my corner, and we landed at will. It is crazy to think that people can actually compare a fighter that's 0-0 in a boxing ring compared to a legend that's 49-0. That if you go on his resume, has beaten the best of the best in the world.
But let's say that he actually is able to land on Floyd. Does he have enough knockout power to end that fight?
No.
You don't think so?
No, not with 10-ounce gloves. I mean,
not with one punch.
He fought Maidana that landed. He got rocked by Sugar Shane Mosley, who can.
Zab Judah.
I've had the opportunity of working with Shane, that can punch. He's been hit by guys that can punch.
Right.
And he didn't go down. He knows how to. He's so good. He knows how to recover.
Professional fights.
Right.
And he fought some Marcos Maidana.
Hasn't lost many rounds.
Yeah.
No.
You know what? No.
But you want to get on that card, don't you? I mean, that's a big job.
I want Lamont Peterson.
You want Lamont Peterson?
WBA world champion. WBA Lamont Peterson. I'm calling you out. You missed your mandatory defense. You missed it. 120 days is gone. I'm your safe line. I'm the line to save your butt. Accept my challenge. You want to sit on the couch? I know you're sitting on your couch right now. You have nothing going for you. Accept my challenge. You've got nothing to lose. Listen to this. My manager, Peter Khan, is speaking to Al Heyman at the moment and is still speaking to him every damn day. We're covering my own purse. You don't even have to cover my purse. Show up and accept my challenge. Show up and accept my challenge. You want to get off your couch, Lamont? Accept my challenge.
UFC President Dana White, who helped put this deal together, might be an understatement, but he is gracious enough to join us here once again on SportsCenter. Dana, I know yesterday you were pretty excited when the news first came out that this fight is finally set. I wonder what you thought about the reaction that you've gotten to this announcement over the last 24 hours or so.
Oh, it's been good. I mean, I don't know if I've ever done anything where my phone has blown up more than this deal here. It's been crazy, but yeah. Listen. This is one of those fights. This wasn't a fight that we sat around and said, "Hey, let's do Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor." Those two started talking publicly, to each other. This thing built up with the fans and the media and took on a life of its own. And at the end of the day, this is the fight they wanted, and it's the fight that the fans wanted to see, and that's what I do. So here we are.
And yeah, and the fans definitely wanted this fight. There's no question about that. You have two polarizing figures, and they want to see them go in there. If they don't want to see their guy win, they definitely want to see the other guy lose. But the odds makers, Dana, say that Conor McGregor has no chance in this fight. Most fans even feel that way. How concerned are you that the fans won't get a compelling fight, even though this is the bout they wanted?
Hey, that's the way it goes. Listen, every Super Bowl isn't the best football game you've ever seen, and so on and so forth. You don't know how the fight's going to be. But the one thing that I do know, and so do the fans, and that's why they're interested in this fight, Conor McGregor will go into that fight and try to knock out Floyd Mayweather. I mean, that's why he's one of the most exciting fighters in the world. That's why he's one of the most popular fighters in the world. And I think when two men step into, whether it's the octagon or a ring, and start throwing punches, anything is possible. Conor McGregor is 28 years old. He's a southpaw, which Floyd has trouble with, and he's got knockout power in both hands. And one of the things that I think is going to happen, too, is when they actually get into a room together and square off for the first time, people are going to realize how much bigger Conor McGregor is than Floyd Mayweather.
Well, let me ask you this, because I mentioned the odds makers. They've also set the over-under for the amount of rounds on this bout at 9.5. Now, you're talking a little about 28 minutes of actual fight time. But, from McGregor's standpoint, Dana, if you go 3 rounds in the octagon, it's only about 15 minutes worth of fighting. Granted, they're different. But from a conditioning standpoint, how do you think that will play out when Conor McGregor has to stand up for 8, 9, 10, maybe 12 rounds of a boxing match?
Yeah, but there's no grappling. See, when you're involved in a UFC fight, you're punching and grappling, and it's a different kind of tired. This is all cardio. So I think Conor's going to do just fine. Listen, the one thing that I learned over the last several years and that I stopped doing, I stopped doubting Conor McGregor. If you ever followed this kid's career, Everything this guy said he will do, he has done. And here we are now. I mean, this is why this is so intriguing, and this is why everybody wants to see it. And you can never promise what a fight's going to be like. And I can tell you this. We know this. Floyd Mayweather is going to go in there and run around and try to stay away from Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor will run after him and chase him down, try to cut him off, and will absolutely try to knock him out. Every time Conor McGregor touches people, they go to sleep. So the question is, in a 12-round fight, how many times can Conor McGregor touch Floyd Mayweather?
9 of the last 10 fights for Mayweather have gone the distance, including 7 straight. He's not exactly a knockout guy, so I think a lot of people expect this fight to go a little longer, maybe than those 9 rounds, although some people may think it goes less. Let me ask you this last question, Dana, while I have you. Clearly, this is a huge moment for the individuals. It's a big moment for UFC and probably a big moment for boxing. But from a big picture standpoint going forward, what impact do you think this fight will have on these respective sports?
I don't know if it has any impact on it. You know, this is a fight for these guys wanted to fight. Conor and Floyd wanted to fight each other. You know, it's crazy. It's weird. It's never been done. The fans love it. The media got behind it. This thing took on a life of its own, and here we are. You know, you can break this thing. All the things that we're saying about, Floyd should be able to tool him. He's the greatest boxer ever. These are all the things that make the fight interesting. And like I said, McGregor will go in there. McGregor will go after him, and McGregor will try to knock him out. Kenny? We'll find out on August 26th.
Yeah, we got plenty more to talk about leading up to that date, and I can't wait for the press conferences the week of right there in Las Vegas where Dana White will be when Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor go head-to-head in Las Vegas. Dana, appreciate the time.
Thank you.
You know, Andre, for some, your first fight against Sergey Kovalev was almost too tight to call, even though you claimed that unanimous decision. How have you been affected by those who believe that you didn't really deserve to win that first fight?
I mean, it's part of the game, you know. My good friend Kevin Durant just put on a tremendous performance, defied a lot of odds, vindicated himself, and did what he did, and look what's being written about him. You look at LeBron James and the performance. It comes with the territory, man. You take it in stride, you mature, and you realize that, you know, people are going to have opinions, and you just keep moving. You can't hang your hat on everything that's said out there. That's not sustainable as an athlete, you know, in a high position.
But sports are a very emotional undertaking as well as physical, and those emotions can affect you, how you prepare, how you perform in the actual ring. Has that affected what you've done leading up to the rematch based on what people were saying after that first fight?
Nah, you know, I try to stay away from they, and I try not to do a lot of listening to they, because they can get you in trouble, you know. That's not, you got to realize that, you know, in my business, I've won fights by, you know, shutouts, and picked up the paper, looked on the internet, and it was something about that. Like, wow, how'd you find something negative to say about that? It comes with the territory, and you know, I'm not an outsider. Like, I'm obviously the guy that's in the game, in the fight, so, you know, I have to approach it from a different standpoint. So, you know, you hear athletes talk about noise a lot, and you better learn how to tune it out when you need to tune it out, because if you let everything affect you and get you high and low, like I said, it's not sustainable, and you're not going to have a successful career, because everything that's said, every wind that blows, you're going to be moved, and we just haven't been moved. I know what I bring to the table. I know what I did in the first fight, you know, the mistakes I made, the good I did. It was a close fight, but that's where it ends. And in terms of if we've made any changes, of course we're going to tweak some things and make some changes, because that wasn't my best performance. If I looked at that fight and said, man, that was all I had, and I eked by, that may be a concern. But when I look at that, I can pick that performance apart every single round and find 10 things that I didn't do right. So that being said, I've just tightened my game up. Mentally, I hear what I want to hear, what I need to hear, you know, and I use what I need as motivation, but that's not the driving factor in this fight.
Well, yeah, if you're a champion, you're always going to try to get better each time you step into the ring, no matter who you're fighting. And the same can be the case for your opponent, especially considering that he lost. Now, if you go back to some of HBO 24/7 preview coverage leading up to the rematch, there was a scene, Andre, where Kovalev told his son after that fight that the next time that you two met, he would hit you differently and much harder. What exactly are you expecting from Kovalev this time around?
I mean, it's two sides of that coin. You know, I tell my son those types of things as well. So when we have disputes, we get to fight it out.
Well, while I have you, I do want to give you some congratulations on your Warriors winning another NBA title. I know you caught some of the games this season, obviously. How many of the guys are you expecting to come for your fight this weekend in Vegas?
It's hard to say. I mean, I think David West may be in the building. I think Kevin Durant may be in the building, and maybe a few of the other guys. You know, I'm good friends with Damian Lillard. I think he's going to be in the building. Maybe Marshawn Lynch. So it's going to be definitely some guys from the Bay Area coming to support. Those guys are huge boxing fans, and they don't just show up to the fights. They come to the gym. They support me. We text. We communicate. So it's just a blessing, man, to get the support from those kind of guys, and not just because of who they are, but we inspire each other.
Now, I don't know if you already had this planned or not, but if Draymond, KD, Steph, if those guys come, you know you should have them roll with you into the ring carrying the Larry O'Brien trophy, right? You know you got to make that happen.
Hey, man, if they're willing, I'm not going to turn it down. They know Steph's walked me to the ring before. I'm with it, man. Definitely, I'm with it.
All right, well, that'll be a sight to be seen for sure. The rematch between Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev goes down Saturday night in Las Vegas. Andre, thanks for spending some of your time here with us on SportsCenter.
Thank you.
I mean, Floyd is supposed to, I mean, he's arguably one of the greatest of all time. And like, I just can't wrap my brain around McGregor having any answers for Floyd, even at 40 years old. Like, it's just another level. There's levels to this, you know. But on the flip side, he's not a guy that you can just not train for. McGregor's a big guy. He's got pride. He's coming. And he's got a dynamite left hand. He's got a sneaky left hand. So it's the type of situation where it's tough. Like, the pressure is really on Floyd because there's no room for air. There's zero room for air. And, you know, it's going to be tricky for McGregor not being able to take down or kick or, you know, and he's got to work on that stuff over the next 2-3 months. But the left hand is the main thing that Floyd has to watch out for. You know, and that's like the main thing, the main asset that I think McGregor brings to the table. But Floyd should take care of business and do it in fashion. But I'm still surprised they got it done. I'm shocked.
So are there any UFC fights you'd like to fight?
I don't have any in mind, but, you know, bring me one with a name. We can talk about it. I'm not opposed to it. But we're going to have boxing rules.